This is a quick tutorial on how to join a game of Energetic. The first thing you should have done is download Tabletop Simulator, and when you launch it, you'll see this screen. We're going to change a couple things on it to get it set up the way that we like. We're going to click the gear icon, and with that you can turn that music off and turn the game volume up. And on interface, you click Pure, where there's visual mode, and uncheck Tools. This is going to make the screen simpler. And under Graphics, you can uncheck Full Screen so that you'll have it on your desktop as opposed to covering the whole screen. I'm going to leave it actually full screen. Now I'm going to join. I click Join, and I look for a server called Energetic 1, or whatever the name of your team might be. So they'll probably be just named Energetic. I can type a search in here, and it shows me, or if I search a game, it'll show me Energetic. So I'm going to select that game in the server and press Connect. And the password we're using today is just 123, but if there's any different password, you'll be told. And I click OK. And then it connects us. And the game is pretty big, so it takes a moment to load. And there it is. You can see how much it's loaded and right up here. Now, I'll show you a couple things here. This toolbar loaded on the left, and we don't actually use that, so I'm going to select that again. I thought I'd switched it off, but I didn't. So that's this checkbox. So I'm going to uncheck it and then hit Apply. And the other part of the way that the game appears is here under Visual Mode. We're going to choose Pure. It makes it simpler, and it should run a little more smoothly. So I close out of that. That was all under the configuration setting. To see the tutorial for the game, if you look in the bottom right corner of your screen, there's a little notebook icon, and that will turn on a tutorial that will tell you what to do through every step as you start the game. I'm going to turn it off because it gets in the way. This also shows us this control bubble will show you how to operate Tabletop Simulator. You can kind of look it over and then turn it off. So your players will be up here in the upper right corner. I'm Richard. If I want to enter as a player, I change the color. I press Change Color, and these dots will appear. And if I choose one of them, I will be sitting on that. I'll be entered as a color like that. But I'm actually going to set myself to be play multiple roles. And I did that by pressing these hidden dots over here. But if you're joining a game, you won't need to do this. I just want to show you how the game works. So that was under these three dots. If I, using my laptop, if I hold Shift and Z at the same time, I can zoom into an area. And I'm going to show you the type of game you want to play is Green New Deal. So the settings for the games that you could play are up here, and we're going to play the Green New Deal game, and then press Setup. And if I want to go back to full screen, I just press the space bar, and it'll bring me back to full screen. Another way to go back to full screen is pressing the security camera icon that's down here at the bottom. Because I've set it up as a solo game, I'm going to choose a role. Each of the 4 players that would be up here typically would be choosing one of these roles. And you can read the role card by pressing the Option key on your Mac or the Alt key on your PC. And each role has special abilities, constraints, and superpowers. So we'll explain this a little bit more when we set you guys up to play, but you can read these and see how they work. And each person playing gets to pick one. So I'm going to pick the engineer because the engineer starts the game. And if you want to, again, magnify the card, that's the Option key. If you want to just magnify something on the board, you can press the M key. And I press Start to show you how the game gets going. I press Start on the engineer's card. The first thing you do is you place transmission pieces. And I will explain what the structure of the game is. You're building 16 gigawatts of zero carbon energy, and that's the timeline, that's the scale at the top of the board. Goes up to 16 gigawatts. Each gigawatt is like 1 million people turning on one toaster each. A toaster is about 1,000 watts. So if 1 million people in New York City all made toast at the same time, that's 1 gigawatt. Or maybe a better comparison is air conditioner is also about 1,000 watts. So if 1 million people turn on their air conditioners at once on a hot day, that's about 1 gigawatt. You're building 16 gigawatts to power the city, replacing the way we power it now, which is natural gas. On the bottom of the scale is the timeline showing the years from now to 2035, which is when you're trying to finish building 16 gigawatts. On the right side is a public opinion scale showing how popular you are. So it starts the game at about 5, you're just average. On the left side is the grid stability, showing how stable the electric supply is. And that goes up and down depending on what you build. And your popularity also goes up and down. And here's your budget. You start out with 600 energy bucks, which is equal to $6 billion in the real world. So after the engineer presses the Start button on their card, you get 3 transmission pieces to begin. And the engineer, talking to the team, can decide where to put those. And as you set each one, you're going to see some additional spaces opening up. And now I've used up the 6 that you start the game with. So now you should see the draw button on the left is lit up in blue, and that's going to, when you click it, give you your first hand of cards. Each hand, you get 2 cards each. And now I'm in the activist's position. But if I want to turn the board again, I can press the security camera icon in the bottom right. And if I want to look at my cards, I can press the Option key. So this is a research card that unlocks a type of technology that would help us store energy. And it turns out you're going to need that in the game when you build wind power because the stability here goes up and down on the left side. I can show you that. So as you build wind power, you'll see the wind power card knocks your stability down, but it adds a gigawatt, which is what you want. And the wind power goes offshore. The hydrogen card is a type of technology that would help you store energy for when the wind isn't blowing. The other card I have is a campaign card, and that one, once you've unlocked it, will allow you to collect an additional 2 points of public opinion on every turn after you've unlocked that campaign. So to show you how to play some cards, I'm going to play these. You can just lay a card on Long Island, and it will fly up to where it plays with a play button right underneath it. And it automatically drops into place, and it shows me here in this window that it didn't change anything in the public opinion, didn't change stability, but it cost 50. So I just set this, and I put the 50 in myself. And this is only in the first turn that you have to do it manually. I'm going to play this one too. I just bring it over here and let go of it. And that one drops into the research space for the policy. So when you've completed these research, you get to unlock that, and you now have the ability to either build the hydrogen, or you have this campaign unlocked, and you start to get a +2 in public opinion from each year. And I look at what that one cost. It is a -1 on opinion. It doesn't do anything to my stability, and it didn't cost anything in terms of money. So I'm just going to subtract one public opinion point. Okay, I did that. And that's really the first turn. That's an example. There's a superpower for the activist, which is the role I'm playing now. If I press that, it's going to give me a 2-point boost on public opinion. So if you look over here, you'll see when I press this, it's going to go up. And I'm now finished my turn as the activist, so I'm going to click that icon, and it becomes the politician's turn. As the politician, I have solar, and I have transmission. So we've got 550 energy bucks, so we can afford to play this. I might talk to my teammates, but it looks like a good move. And I'm going to put it here. And now the game automatically shows me places I could build it. So I might just build it here. Again, you could talk to your teammates about where to put it. That's going to be +1 in public opinion. It doesn't affect the stability, and it costs 150. So I added 1 to the public opinion because solar is so popular. And I've subtracted 150. And when the politician is done with their turn, it keeps going. I could have played this other card, but I'm just going to show you quickly now. And so that's the end of our introduction tutorial. Once you get started, you'll start to see how the different parts of the game interact with each other. We're still in 2021. As soon as we get up to 2022, the calculations on each of the action cards will be automatic in the game, but the event which you draw at the end of a turn will still be something you have to calculate yourself. Thanks for watching.